Hello everyone and welcome back to a Let's Play of Penumbra Black Plague with your host Invalidation X45. Where we last left off, we had gotten rid of Clarence, who was actually eliminated by his own Tuurngait consciousness brethren. And the Tuurngait kind of subjected us to this own little mind consciousness testing thing. And now we are going through a series of puzzles, trying to, in one hand, prove to the Tuurngait that we are more or less deserving of their mercy. And also, by the same token, granting us the opportunity to get revenge for what happened to us with Clarence. So as a first start, I am going to go ahead and open this little door using the stone. We have a lever over there. And a pressure switch that apparently makes the doors open and perhaps close as well. The sign on it seemed to correspond to which door opens or closes. Well, let's go and find out exactly what is behind the open door over here, because we never actually explored that yet. Huh. That is the same door symbol as the other place. Now what happens if we move the block over this one? Okay, it didn't close that. But that was weird. Oh, and yeah, this poor guy helped us out in the last 2 puzzles ago, I think? And now we got torched. But something else that the Tuurngait seems to be doing is granting us the ability to feel what it's like to live in a connected consciousness. Where you're all kind of, you're separate physically, but you're all in one you're all in one mind. And it's an interesting concept, to say the least. I kind of don't want to hit that. I might die. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Still worth testing out.
Oh, I am one. My number is infinite. Through this, I see the needs of the many outweigh the life of just one.
Oh, I love how they did this part. It's amazing to me. But there's also something else that you kind of miss when you have a single consciousness. If I'm going to complete this, I need to start thinking like the Tuurngait. Indeed. But there's also something else that you really don't get with a single consciousness among many bodies. When you have a single consciousness, you end up not getting near as much diversification as you would otherwise. One of the things with having many people with separate consciousness... Yeah, that's the part I was... What?
Oh, I am one. My number is infinite. Through this, I see the needs of the many outweigh the life of just one.
Oh, so it actually punishes me for not going and checking on the one guy? Wow. That's news to me. Interesting, then. Let's go ahead and check him out, then. What? Is this a bug?
Oh, I am one. My number
whoops.
is infinite. Through this, I see the needs of the many outweigh the life of just one.
It's kind of hard to talk about anything when you guys keep interrupting me. I wonder why it keeps doing that. Oh well. But one of the issues when you have a single consciousness is you don't get near as much diversification when thinking. When you have separate consciousness in each body, you have a more chaotic flow, and so everyone starts pulling in their own directions. But that results in more outcomes and more possibilities. Which, when you think about it, on the whole, kind of just coming up with stuff, that's actually a really cool idea. What the hell?
Though I am one, my number is infinite. Through this, I see the needs of the many outweigh the life of just one.
Am I missing something? Oh, wait a minute! Wait a minute! Hold on, where's that block? Is the guy not supposed to die? Whoops. A little bit off the plate there. There we go. Oh, come on. Quit sliding around. There we go. Alright, let's throw the switch and see what happens. No, it's not. What the hell? What am I doing wrong?
Though I am one, my number is infinite. Through this, I see the needs of the many outweigh the life of just one.
Would you make up your mind about how this puzzle works, please? Seriously. Anyway. When you have a more chaotic system like that, you do get more options and what the outcome can actually be. Because you have all these different ideas and egos kind of working for their own means. And some of them are going to remember the fact that there's more than just them. And so they'll strive to provide for more than just themselves. But when you have people who are not providing for anyone else and are providing for just themselves, you also come up with different ideas that can actually end up serving the many more than if... Fuck you. Than if you just kind of had this single consciousness.
The needs of the many outweigh the life of just one.
And part of that also comes from contrast. Without contrast, nothing really has any meaning. Light is not anything without darkness, and vice versa. Happiness is not anything without sorrow, or anger, or hate, or fear. And it's not always just black and white, or one side versus the other. You will sometimes have diversifications where you have more than one thing that can't be really opposite of each other without having to include everything else into the equation. And when you get past that whole linear black and white kind of idealism, the world kind of seems to be a bit more colorful, no pun intended. And it also opens up, to me anyway, it seems to open up your mind a bit more. So it's one thing to think about. Oh my god, what am I supposed to do here?
Though I am one, my number is infinite. Through this, I see the needs of the many outweigh the life of just one.
I'm going to skip ahead until I get this thing right. Because this is just ridiculous. This is how many times now? 4 or 5? Something along those lines. And I still... Ugh. I swear, if it brings me back, I'm gonna be so pissed. Oh my god.
Though I am one, my number is infinite.
What?
Through this, I see the needs of the
I can't kill myself?
outweigh the life of just
I can't kill
one.
myself. That's news to me. Okay. Yeah, I get that I need to start thinking like the Tuurngait. Problem is I have no idea how to actually go about doing this thing. Because I've tried pretty much everything. I've walked through there without activating anything. I've opened this stone door. I've hit the switch, I've not hit the switch. All kinds of stuff. So what the hell am I supposed to do? What does that do exactly? Huh. Does that hold it open, I wonder? Let's see what happens. Come on. It holds it open, okay. Oh, come on. Sounds like a door closed not far from here. Oh! Does that save the life of the guy? It does! He can't run out of here and kill himself. Going any further would mean certain death. So how do I not set that off? How do I not set that off? Okay, I think I did something wrong in this puzzle because now I can't really do anything. Oh, wait a minute! I'm supposed to kill myself! What just happened? Am I still here? Suddenly it seems like I was always here. Okay, clever. Clever. I get this game. I get you now. All for one, one for all. And there's my body. That's me dead. I sacrificed myself so that another man could live. And yet it's some way I'm that other man now. It feels as if there's no clear distinction between my own self and another person. I died, and at the same time I didn't. You know, I wonder if this is a small statement about our afterlife, if we become someone else. Not in the sense of reincarnation, but in the sense that, I feel a little foolish kind of burning myself opening this, but... Oh, it worked. Some kind of hand scanning device. I hope that my hand will do. Well, this is peaceful. And bright. And I'm back here.
I am relieved, mankind. In a being such as you, selfishness would be catastrophic. You have shown that you can be higher than your station, and for this reason, I shall reveal to you that which I revealed to Howard.
And what is this, I wonder? Some very trippy music in the background, that's for sure.
I came here to this place many millions of years ago, before mankind was even upright. As eons came and went, mankind appeared around me and found names for me. Demon, Spirit, Tuurngait. We existed in harmony for much time. I lying dormant within what you refer to as the infected, and they benefiting from my knowledge and protection. But mankind changed, and I fled. So much power in mankind, so many questions, and yet without the intelligence to answer them. Mankind grows and tries to form a whole, a community. Somehow, it becomes more dangerous, more angry, and with no direction for this anger, besides itself and its world. And then I was discovered. Mankind created this place to find me and silence me. They tore open my resting place and set about destroying me, and I, with no form of defense, was forced to attack. I am not the barbarian. I am not the invader. You are.
That doesn't surprise me much.
But you, mankind, you are different. You have proved this, and now I ask for your mercy. Do not allow me to be destroyed by your kin, which they would surely do. They followed the Inuit here, and you followed them. There will be more. Will you send word? Will you destroy all trace of this place, so that no mankind will ever discover me again? Will you do this for me?
I think I will. As long as it doesn't result in my own death. That's all I ask. What is that? Execute email.exe compose. Things I need of you. Not sure what to do, I just think. I know what to do. What I would do anyway. Really need to get out of here. Alright, are you guys going to kill me or not? Wait, what is... What is going on here? It's like tripping balls. Won't budge. This is black wall that's happening here. What is going on, I wonder? Not yet, I need to think. Huh. What am I supposed to do exactly? All these notes, what do they mean? What does it all mean? Am I supposed to just look at stuff? A calendar from last year, but I'm not sure. What year is it? Where am I? Oh, here we go. Would you do this for me, it asked, and I said that I would. I promised the Hive that I would contact someone I could trust, that I would have them destroy all evidence of this place, just as my father had promised himself. I, however, will not make the same mistakes my father made. You now understand the truth of the events that led me here, and the immeasurable importance of my words. Armed with this knowledge, you must have the strength to do that which I could not. The Tuurngait was quite correct. We humans are a dangerous, headless herd, but intelligent individuals. The members of this facility sought to reveal and control the Tuurngait, and the Tuurngait turned to me for salvation. The Hive ran its tests on me, and I jumped through its hoops like the monkey it took me for. But I am no monkey. The Tuurngait was right. I am entirely unlike it. I had more in common with Clarence. I promised I would send this email to you. I promised I would ask that you keep all humans from this place, for the sake of the Tuurngait, and for the human race. I lied. If we are lucky, then by the time you read this, I will be dead. If fate frowns, we all perish. The northwestern mine is located at reference N81.6914, West 58.3154. Kill them. Kill them all. Oh, come on. There's 10 collectibles? Holy crap. Okay then. I think I just accidentally skipped through the credits, but oh well. So that was Penumbra Black Plague. Well then, I have to say I'm not quite so fond of that ending. But it's interesting how Philip compares himself to Clarence in the end. I find that very interesting. This entire game, both the first and second Penumbra games, are kind of a twist on reality. But then again, I mean, reality is merely a collective perception of the world as we can perceive it. And there are a lot of things that our senses alone cannot discover. So you know, what really is out there? What is there that we don't know? This is kind of... I don't know, there's a lot I really kind of want to say, but there's a lot that I don't know how to say. This game kind of, with the whole puzzle element, it did make me think, but there's also a lot of subject material in itself that really kind of makes you reconsider what you know. At least in my own opinion. And I am a firm believer that we know very little about our world, despite how much we have discovered it. But all in all, I really do enjoy the story of this game. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that you can't really combat anything, but it's also nice that it's not too focused on you running away from enemies or trying to figure out ways to get by the enemies. You're trying to figure out how to get through the facility, which just happens to have enemies in it, so that you need to kind of go around them, more or less. And apparently I have a Steam message. the mechanics in this game overall are pretty darn nice. I like how you can manipulate things. I like how the enemies themselves are a threat, but they're not really aggressive, and there aren't sections dedicated solely to the enemies for extended periods of time, unlike in Amnesia. I really don't like a lot of that in Amnesia because it focuses a lot more on the enemies versus the story. I mean, the enemies are an integral part of the story in that game as well as this one, but there's less focus on them as kind of a whole, they're out to kill you kind of thing. And it's also kind of interesting to consider how much of this game was actually real in what was going on and how much of it was just Clarence fucking with our minds. Because Clarence was having a lot of fun in there. And he was not exactly what I would call the most friendly of sorts. Clarence is... I don't like Clarence. He's, when someone forces you to kill someone else and then calls it a joke, that's an automatic blacklist in my book. So Clarence is complete villain in my eyes. I can kind of see where he might be coming from, but it's not funny. And that made me agree with the character all the more to get rid of him entirely and just get rid of him. You know, get him out of my mind. If he doesn't die, that's fine, but just get him out of my mind so he can't control the wheel anymore. On the other hand, I don't agree so much with what Philip did in regards to the Tuurngait. But then again, this is Philip, not me. So Philip's going to think a little bit differently than I do. With me, I absolutely loved the Tuurngait. The whole consciousness thing where we are one, we are all one, we are many, is just, I love that concept. And they pulled off such a great job of executing it. And kind of getting you to understand a little bit how they think as a collective consciousness, rather than just a whole bunch of people talking at once. They all share one mind, even though they may have several separate bodies. And that part is just really cool to me. So, yeah. I'm happy that the dogs weren't in this one. Except as a couple puzzle pieces. It would have been interesting to see what Wilbur Frick would have looked like. But at the same time, not having an actual visual for him was a little bit more intimidating in that sense, because you don't know what he actually is. So you're kind of left to the limits of your imagination as to what he might look like and how he might just be, you know, maybe he's scratched up everywhere, or he's got fur of his own, and he's drooling all over the place, and his nails are turning into claws, or maybe he's just a really scruffy human being, you know, that's gone mental, like everyone else that's around here, except for the very definite exception of Amabel. But maybe she was a little bit nutso too. We don't know for sure. But yeah, this was a good game. I really enjoyed the series. I will go ahead and play Amnesia at some point. It's not going to be immediately. But I do kind of want to compare Penumbra, the series itself, versus Amnesia, the Dark Descent. I'm not doing Amnesia Machine for Pigs. That game, I watched a Let's Play of that game, and that was a no. It's almost completely separate from Amnesia, the Dark Descent in that sense, but there's ties in. So it's the same universe, it's just way later. As in 200 or 300 years. So it's more industrial versus Amnesia, the Dark Descent, where it's still kind of in the whole Crusades. A little bit after that, more maybe into the Renaissance era, or a little bit before that. It's 1800s, I believe. Actually, I don't think it's the 1800s, but anyway. I will do Amnesia more for the comparison between that and Penumbra. I absolutely loved the Penumbra series. I might do the third one. The thing with the third one, though, is it really doesn't have much story, or the whole sense of there's this enemy after you. It's all about the puzzles and this sort of atmospheric kind of, there's something out there, but there actually isn't kind of thing. There's no real solid story to it. And there's no text or anything that really tells you if there's a story kind of lurking behind the scenes, or if it's just more just puzzles. From what I understand, it's completely just a puzzle game without any objectives or story other than completing the puzzles and moving on to the next area. Which is kind of a disappointment considering this whole thing, but they kind of wrap up the story in this one. I mean, there's still a couple loose ends that you have, but they pretty much wrap it up. They do a fairly good job of wrapping the story up in this one. So, you know, oh well. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this series. I wish I could remember who recommended Penumbra Overture. Thank you so much. This was an absolutely amazing experience. Unfortunately, the Penumbra collection is no longer available on Good Old Games. However, it is available still on Steam for a fairly low price. I think it's $10 for the collection, $10 or $15 for the collection if you're getting it full price. And if you get it at a discount, absolutely pick it up. This is a fantastic series, even if you only play the first two, like I did. But yeah. So without further ado, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this Let's Play as much as I enjoyed playing and recording it. So many story elements that are awesome. I will do another bonus video to see what happens when you collect all of the artifacts. I'm not sure if it'll give you unlocks or something like that. But, you know, we'll see. If you want to check out some other videos that I've done, you can go ahead and go on my channel. I got playlists and other videos that aren't necessarily in playlists in there. So you can look at those and see what strikes your fancy and have a good old time watching that. Or you can get on with life and get outside if it's not too cold out or raining or something like that. And enjoy life for what it is. Not everything is video games and computer and internet, which some people seem to be forgetting nowadays, myself included. I'll be honest. But without further ado, guys, I will let you guys get on with your day. And I will see you in the final episode of Penumbra Black Plague, if there's any bonus information. If not, I'll just have an addendum in here that there's nothing extra. But without further ado, guys, have a great day. I will see you in the next Let's Play. Bye for now.